Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome those who are in the sanctuary and those who are joining us from wherever you may be for this Shabbat Para, the Shabbat as we're making our way, it's hard to believe, towards Pesach, 3 weeks from this evening, praying that this Shabbat will give us a little bit of respite from the chaos of the world, from the sorrow, and give us some hope and restoration. We turn to page 10 or page 252 for Yedid Nefesh. to the Chonoranana, page 11 or page 254.
לצור איש אלו נקדמה פניו בתודה בזמירות נריע לו כי אדוני הוא מלך גדול על כל השם
אשר נשבעתי באפי אם יבואון אל מנוחתי.
Page 13. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ.
שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, תסירו מיום ליום ישועתו.
מלפני אדון כל הארץ השמיים יפשו כל עבדי פסל אימת. The fourth line on page 16 or page 256.
שם אהבת תשמח ציון ותגלנה בנות יהודה, למען משפטך אדוני.
כי אתה אדוני עליון על כל הארץ, מאוד נעלית על כל אלוהים.
אוהבי אדוני שינו בה, שומע נפשות חסידיו, יד רשעים יצילם.
אור זרוע לצדיק ולשלב שמחה, שמחו צדיקות באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו.
Page 17, מזמור שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, כי נפלאות עשה שיר לימינו, וזרוע קודשו לאדוני ישועתו. זכר חסדו ירם הים ומלואו, תבל ויושבי בה, נהרות ימחה וכף, יחד, יחד הרים ירננו.
לבני אדוני כי בם, לשפוט הארץ, לשפוט הבל בצדק, ועמים במישרים.
Page 19, אדוני מלך, יג'דומים יושב ידע, ידעו שמך.
משה ואהרון בכהניו, ושמואל בקורא שמו, קוראים אל אדוני, והוא יענה.
בעמוד ענן ידבר עליהם, שמרו עדותיו וחוק נתן לעמו.
אדוני אלוהינו אתה ניטב, הנושא היית להם, ונוקהם על עלילה אותם.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו, והשתחוו להר קודשו, כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו.
Please rise if you're able, page 21 or page 260.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני אלי, הבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז.
אדוני עוד שמו ישתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש.
seated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
This Shabbat is filled with grief. Grief in the Torah and grief in our world. 1 month of the Ukraine war, death, displacement. Over half of the children of Ukraine are refugees. There's a lack of food and a lack of water, and certainly a lack of safety and security. And then, of course, this week there was also a terrorist attack in Israel in Beersheba, which caused more grief. There's grief for some of us over the way the confirmation hearings took place this week and how they went for Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, the brutality and the insult. And there is grief for the 2 years that we have been living through this pandemic. It was actually 2 years ago on Shabbat Parah that we had begun to shut down. It's not aligned actually with the Torah reading, because the Torah reading is not always aligned with Shabbat Parah, but it was Vayakel, I think, last 2 years ago. In the Torah this week on Parshat Shmini, Nadav and Avihu, the sons of Aharon, offer strange fire, Zara, and are consumed and die. And the Torah says afterwards, Vayidom Aharon. Aharon was silent. Commentators praise Aharon for his silence, his acceptance. And he is rewarded, according to the commentators, by having God addressing him directly and alone. So sometimes the response to grief and suffering is silence. There are no words, just sitting in the sadness, taking it in. Perhaps it's acceptance, and perhaps there is really nothing to say. A story is told about the Kutzker Rebbe, who asked Rabbi Lipman of Radomsk, and you can hear all these names of all the names around the people who came from Russia and Ukraine, Belarus. And he asked the Kutzker Rebbe, who was obviously a gadol, he was a great Rebbe, tough Rebbe also. He asked the Rav Lipman of Radomsk to teach some Torah from his father-in-law, who was a famous rabbi. And he quoted his father-in-law saying that our sages extol Aharon's silence. And Rashi, quoting the Midrash, says that Aharon received reward because God spoke to him directly and alone. However, said this famous rabbi, David, Melech David, King David, was greater than Aharon. For it says in Psalm 30, Lema'an yizamercha chavod velo yidom, Adonai Elohai le'odam odeka. Be praised in glory and not in silence. Even in the midst of pain and suffering, offered this Rebbe, David continued to sing and praise God. And the Kutzker Rebbe evidently said back to him, "That's wonderful Torah." So there's silence, and then there's singing through the pain. And finally, this is Shabbat Parah, in which we read the bizarre ritual of the purification of the encounter with the dead. In our tradition, when one encounters the dead, then one becomes tameh, ritually impure. And there is a very elaborate ritual of finding a red heifer, a red cow. Evidently, they found one in Britain a couple of years ago, but they were very hard to find, and they would burn them. And there was a ritual around this to bring those who had had that encounter back to be able to be tahor. And the Torah says, Zot chukat HaTorah, that's the beginning of the reading that we'll do tomorrow. This is a law of the Torah when one encounters the dead. And there is another Hasidic teaching on this that says the meaning of this is the Torah about this moment of encountering the dead is that this is the fundamental human teaching. One will die in a tent. Essentially recognizing that we all face mortality. No one will ever live forever, and that recognition, that truth is part of the Torah of life, is that it's not forever. We all face mortality and grief. Sometimes it's closer, sometimes it's far away, sometimes it's personal with the death of a parent or a grandparent. Sometimes it's the pain of the world, the grief we experience, or the pain of our community in Ukraine or in Israel. We all experience grief, and we all experience the profound awareness of our own mortality and that of our loved ones, which teaches us both how precious and short life is and how it is filled with both sorrow and song and triumphs and travails. And this Shabbat, we see that up front and personal with the intersection of Parashat Shmini and Shabbat Para. But with this intersection, we're given multiple pathways to try to find a way to hold it all. One is that sometimes we just remain silent like a Haron. We need to breathe and hold it and not say a word and try to take in the profundity of what it means to live in glory and limitation. And sometimes we will be filled with song like Melech David, like King David, because song helps get us through. And even amidst the grief and the sorrow, there is glory and beauty and gratitude. And sometimes we will need a ritual of return to find a way back again, like Parashat Para teaches us, that there is a way to come back. And in fact, we, even tonight, when we welcome in mourners, we kind of give them a pathway into community on Shabbat rather than staying at home for Shiva. And then finally, every week we're given Shabbat to find some cocoon of love and comfort and community, of song and silence, of it all coming together to try to say, there's a way to have vision even amidst the reality of the world. There's a way to have hope. There's a way to know that although there is sorrow in the evening, joy may come in the morning, says the psalmist. So I pray on this Shabbat where we have grief up front and personal with our Torah and with our world, that we also find a way to carry it together with our song, with our silence, and with our community this Shabbat, who reminds us that there is life. Ken Yehi Ratzon, so may it be. Lecha Dodi is on page 23 or page 262.
Lecha Shalom, Hatter, לקראת קלה, בני שבת נקבלה. אדוני
לקראת קלה,
בני שבת נקבלה. We remain standing as we invite the mourners to come in. We invite Susan Edra, Michael Yoeli, the children Matthew and Erin Yoeli, Dalia and Paul Weinger, and Bel Yoeli, and their grandchildren Sophie, Jacob and Benjamin Yoeli, and Abigail and Rebecca Weiner, Susan's mother, Julia Edra, as they're escorted for the passing of Susan's father, Michael Etra, and we offer the words of condolences on the top of page 26. המקום ינחם אתכם בתוך שער אבלי ציון בירושלים. May God comfort you together with all the other mourners of Yerushalayim and Zion. מן השמיים תנוחמו.
May be seated. We turn to Mizmor Shir Yom Shabbat, page 27 or page 266. We'll join together from Magadlu, which is about 8 lines or so from the bottom. Mizmor Shir Yom Shabbat, ולשמח לשמך, ולהגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך. הללויה. Tzaddik Katamar Yifrach Lehagin hi hashaya suri velo ata Adonai halach lavesh lavesh lo yosit hazart nachon ki tzachon
עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, ביתך נא בקודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Please rise for our Vit, page 39a in Lev Shalem, or page 279 in Sim Shalom.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד.
ומסינן ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהים מלך העולם אשר במרום אמרים הרבים בחוכמה פותח שערים.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב הרבי.
ישראל המחבת תורה מצוות חוקים ושפטים אותם מלמדת כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו ובהם נגע יומם בלילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל ידיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבביך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם נאות על ידיך והיו בצוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך ומשמות תשמות.
Satoshi
We pray for redemption with Micha Mocha, page 44, page 290.
מלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נהדר בקודש נורא תהילות גפדה אדוני את יעקב, וגהלום יד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
We pray for peace, page 45 or page 292. השכיבנו אדוני, ילדינו לשלום, אבינו מלכנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלום ואחדות. ובצל כנפיך כי אל שומר. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ועל ירושלים ושמרו בני ישראל לעשות את השבת לדור תמיד כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה
Amen.
ועלמד יברח רצה וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון
ובחיי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. ישמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עלמיה
יתברך וישתבח ויתבהר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה ברכו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחה
ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה
We turn towards Yerushalayim, towards the east for the silent Amidah. The formal text is on page 47 in Lev Shalem, and page 296 in Shem Shalom, or find the words or the silence or the searching of your own heart. longing from that Breslov. It's the Lachadudi from Breslov, and that sense of search that you find in the melody of so many of those melodies that we sing from that part of the world, particularly from the Hasidic tradition. Page 53 or page 314, Vayuchulu. Vayuchulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayekadesh oto ki vo Shabbat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim לעשות.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון קונה שמיים וארץ
מגן אבות בדברו מחיים מתים במאמרו האל הקדוש אין כמוהו
אמן יחדיו ביום שבת קודשו כי בם רצה להניח להם
לפניו נעבוד ברעב ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד
עון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעם מדושני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית
אלוהינו אלוהי אבותינו אמותינו רצה במנוחתנו קדשנו עצותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך סבנו מטובך ושמח נפשנו בישועתך וטהר ליבנו לעובדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך וינוחו ויסר מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת Kaddish Shalom, page 54, page 316.
יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה ויעלמה דברה קילותה וימליך מלכותה וחייכונו וימכונו וככל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך
יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתשומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשה לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ואמרו
אמן תתקבל תודה ואתון לכו ישראל קדם המון משמיים ואמרו אמן
אמן ישל אמר מנשמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן עושה שלום במרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו
volunteers start to pass out the kiddush cups here as we turn to kiddush, and maybe we'll sing one of those beautiful nigunim. Which one are we going to? Is that the Levi Yitzchak one? This is from Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev. Kedushat Levi. Page 55 or page 318.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, boreh peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav, ורצבנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון הנחי לנו זיכרון למעשה בראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. We now invite the children who are under the age of bar bat mitzvah. I think there are at least 4. Some from the West Coast have traveled all the way from Portland, Oregon, to be with us. Some are locals. And this is the priestly benediction, the Birkat Kohanim, which actually in this week's parasha, it says that Aharon blessed the people at the consecration of the Mishkan with these very words. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai pan avelecha v'yichuneka, Yisa Adonai pan avelecha v'yasem lecha shalom. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Aleinu, page 55 or page 320.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד על ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
We turn now to Mourner's Kaddish on page 58 or 324. Invite those who are marking a yard site or those who are in mourning to remain standing. And if you're on Zoom, to unmute at this time for Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'kadash shemei Rabba v'ama divra v'ritei v'yalich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kariv v'yamru amen Yehei shmei Rabba v'rach v'elam v'elamaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitalel, v'yitalam, Shmei Dekudesha, Brecho, Leila, Minko, Berchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechamata, Damiran, Be'ama, V'yimru, Amen. Yehei Ishlama, Rabba, Min Shemaya, L'chaim, Aleinu, Ve'ol Kol Yisrael, V'yimru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Kol Yisrael, Kol Yoshvei Tevel. Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. Shabbat Shalom to everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to extend our condolences once again to Susan Etra and Michael Yoeli and their whole clan, of which there are many. We've been blessed to watch your family grow, and we've been together for many smachot, and we will be through with you during this time of the death of your father, Susan Michael Etra. We want to wish a mazal tov to Marissa Zangwill and her father William Zangwill on Marissa becoming a bat mitzvah. She'll be called to the Torah at Mincha tomorrow at 5:30. Tomorrow morning we'll join together for Shabbat services for Shabbat Para and Shabbat Parashat Shmini at 9:30, and there's Kulanu at 10:30 and 11 o'clock. The early childhood families in person and everything is in person and virtual, and then 5:30 Mincha. We'll gather together on Zoom at 8:05 for Arvit and Havdalah. Sunday morning there's Minyan at 9:30, and at 6:30 in the evening Mincha and Mariv, and at 7:30 on Sunday evening we'll be joining. For those who don't know, we have a racial justice task force with the Church of St. Paul and St. Andrew that when we celebrated 25 years as partner communities, we committed to working together and not just celebrating. And so one of the things that was born of this was the Racial Justice Task Force, and they're going to be hosting an evening with special guest Leisha Stevens Hamilton as she discusses and reads her collection of poems and essays by incarcerated people and their loved ones. So it should be a very powerful evening. Everyone is welcome to join. There's 1 week left. We haven't had our CSA, our community-supported agricultural project, which is a way for for all of us who are local, to pay for a share in a farm. Our farm has changed. It's going to be in Norwich Meadows Farm in Connecticut, and we can have a weekly or a bi-weekly assortment of vegetables and fruits and eggs as part of our commitment to the environment and buying local. And please, there's 1 week left to register, so participate. We've been missing it for 2 years and really glad to begin again. Registration closes on March 31st. On Sunday, April 3rd, a week from Sunday, we postponed this concert from January because we were so excited and we want everyone to be, as many people in person as possible. It's very depressing to have a concert with no people here, as it was depressing to have tefillah services with no people, but thankfully that's not the truth right now, and we're very grateful for that. So Sunday evening, April 3rd at 7:30, we're honored to have the next in the Mickey Leven concert series, a dynamic exploration through the music of Bob Dylan, inspired by Rabbi Aubrey Glazer's recent book about the great American songwriter. We also hosted Rabbi Glazer because he also wrote a book about Leonard Cohen and his Jewish story, and we had an incredible concert after, it was like a year after Leonard Cohen's death. So Aubrey is back. We're glad Bob Dylan is still alive, and he's going to be narrating a beautiful concert that Don has curated that will challenge and inspire. We're really looking forward to it. We hope many people will fill the sanctuary. It will also, you can purchase tickets virtually as well. So after Shabbat, please go and purchase tickets. We want to let everyone know that starting next Shabbat, we'll begin the process of making a step forward around bringing back kiddush, our community kiddush after Shabbat morning services. Right now we've been doing snacks on the sidewalk, and we're now going to be opening up either the third floor or the roof depending on the weather. And for that week and the week right before Pesach, we'll be having boxed kiddush lunches, light lunches, for folks to be able to eat something together and share a table and be with one another, and to begin that restoration. We hope it will sustain itself, and that after Pesach we'll return and restore. Actually, we've been speaking a lot about, because it's the Shemitah year, as well as when you have 2 years to think about how you want to rethink things, kiddush has been one of them. We expend a lot of resources on kiddush, and we want the experience to be a holy experience of honoring the food, of honoring one another, of wasting as little as possible. The boxes are an intermediary step. We would rather not have boxes, obviously, but it's an intermediary step, and we really hope to elevate the experience of what kiddush can be for everyone and have it live the values that we think are important. And so I hope if you're here tomorrow, you'll join for the sidewalk kiddush, and then we'll make our way, please God, back to a more normal process moving forward. And yeah, I think that's it. Anything else?
Oh, for those of you who will miss the sidewalk, we can keep giving you
right, that's right. You could take your box and sit on the sidewalk if you want. We're excited, and we've been saying this for a number of weeks. It's just a great blessing to have the sanctuary filled with people. And I think we all recognize that that's not to be taken for granted. We don't know how long it's going to last, and we're going to cherish it for as long as we can, and hope it will sustain itself. And for those who have yet to be able to join us in person, we're together. And I just want to acknowledge also Christy Moore, who's here with her family from Portland, who joined our community on Zoom during the pandemic. This has happened for many. And Shira Rodriguez also is here from Woodstock, who joined our community and fell in love with the community over Zoom and live stream, and has become really integrated into our community, which is an incredible gift of the one of the silver linings. There have been much grief in these 2 years, but we've gained many, many people in this community over these 2 years. And Christy and your family, we're really happy to meet you, your kids and your wife, and Shira, welcome back. And we hope many more who can find their way into the sanctuary, and if not, we'll just be great to connect over Zoom and live stream. We'll continue, or we'll conclude with Shalom Aleichem, page 73 or page 722.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Rachamim, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Malachei Rachamim, Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
השלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלאכי רחמים, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. מלכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלאכי רחמים, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלאכי רחמים, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, מלאכי רחמים, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We invite in the angels of peace that says a tradition will stitch together heaven and earth on the Shabbat to make things feel whole and one and peaceful. Please God grant peace and strength and resilience to all those in the world, particularly those who are suffering, and give us the strength in our sorrow and our tears to find joy, hope, and silence and community and Shabbat. Adonai oz ve'amo yiten, Adonai varech et amat b'shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.